So I just had to share this. I'm only going to be on for a second, but I'm just going to share a little story based on something that just now happened. And it's just a personal lesson in humility. So if you guys are seeing me for the first time, my name is EmilyRoseLewis, and I'm the founder of EmilyRoseLewis Ministries and the pastor and a teacher at Kingdom Living Ecclesia and Academy in Herndon, Virginia. And I am in graduate school. I will be done on May the 6th. And I have 3 papers, 2 discussion boards, and a quiz left to go. So I am working very hard to finish, and I'm so glad. My daughter, I was rocking her to sleep, my 4-year-old daughter, a couple of days ago. I'm just talking for a second while some people are hopping on. You guys share this. I want to just share a quick lesson in humility that the Lord just gave me. Doing good. So I'm rocking my daughter to sleep, and she reaches over and she kind of like squeezes my arm, and she's like, "Oh, you are so soft." She never said that before. And so graduate school, I haven't been able to exercise as much. My time and the stress levels and stuff. So I put on some weight over graduate school. My daughter was telling me, "I want to be soft like you when you get older." I'm hard, you're soft. I'm like, oh Lord. So anyway, I'm going to graduate on May the 6th. I bought myself a bike, and I've been biking into the office. But I am sitting behind my office on a trail, and I'll just show you guys real quick, because these buildings right here, it's a building, these are buildings that are just positioned, that goes all the way down there. I ask the Lord for them every time I walk by them. They're offices, but they're built like condos, and so I'm hoping one day, if the Lord won't provide for us to buy these for affordable housing and helping widows and single parents, He'll get us something else. But anyway, so I'm sitting out here. There's a trail. I'll show you this. It's just beautiful. I just finished writing a paper. I'm going to tell you all my story here in a second. So I just finished writing my paper, and I'm sitting out here reading this book on humility, a lost key to life, love, and leadership. This is for one of my courses, preventing ministry burnout, I think is what the course is called. So I'm finishing this book up on humility, and it's such a really good book. So a man, nobody's walked by this trail, and a man comes walking by himself with a mask on. I don't know about y'all, but I personally have judged and made fun of people walking on the trails, on their bikes, in their car, alone, with masks on. Come on, anybody else? Anybody else personally judge these people? Make fun of them, laugh, and be like, what is wrong with them? What are they thinking? So, never before have I done something like this. I'm sitting out here reading this book on humility. The guy's walking up, seems like a nice enough guy, and I just feel prompted. I said, "Excuse me, sir, how are you doing?" He kind of paused. I'm like, "Do you mind if I ask you a question?" No snarkiness, nothing like that, but I'm just curious to what your thought process is to wearing a mask by yourself on a trail. And he said, "Well, I have really bad allergies, and one of the things I learned during COVID is when I'm wearing a mask, I can sleep better. It helps like 80% of the pollen." He says it's peak pollen season right now, and so he's sleeping so much better. And he said, I mean, I don't wear it going to the car. I don't wear it going to the grocery store, but when I'm out exercising or even running, I wear it now because it's peak pollen season. And he went on, and it didn't take me 2 seconds to realize that God was giving me a lesson in humility. Because one of the things about humility is being kind of having a, not judging others based on whatever perception we have of them. So I just thought, okay, Lord, I hear you, and I'm going to share this because I'm sure not everybody who's out there wearing a mask by themselves exercising is doing it for pollen. But the one person that I ask, the one person that I genuinely ask to get inside their mind to try to relate to, maybe they know something or have some belief that I don't know about, that to help me understand what this phenomenon is of people wearing masks by themselves. He had a legit, logical, completely understandable reason for wearing it. And so we just got to be careful not to judge by appearances, because we might think we know, and what we know might be often the case, but there's always caveats. There's always, you know, reasons that we might not know about. Do you see what I'm saying? And so just, there's no doubt in my mind God did that while I am sitting here reading a book on humility. I need more of it. How about y'all? Lord, help us to be more humble. Help us, God. It's a good book right here. Humilitas, a lost key to love, life, and leadership. I'll probably be using some of these points in my sermon tomorrow. You guys catch that sermon tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about the power of the favor of God, and it's just a seasonal kind of prophetic sermon. I have been preaching some really hard-hitting, meaty words at church over the last few weeks, and I'm like, Lord, you got to give me something that's not going to be, you know, just let's get a little spice in there. Let's get a little balance in there. So the Lord's been speaking to me about the favor of God, and I have some really good stories, some really good nuggets out of the scriptures. So if you guys catch that tomorrow, come on at about 11:30. Love you guys.